Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we are going to discuss the Black Friday market crash, what caused it, where we're going from here, how to protect our bags, how badly we're down, how good we're up, all of the above. Thank you for listening today. If you're listening on Spaces, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a bookmark. If you're feeling generous, give us a retweet, push us out there in the algorithm. If you're listening on YouTube, let us know how you fared over the weekend. Let us know. Are you up? Are you down? Were you liquidated? Were you marked safe? I'm concerned about everybody. I mean, it was a tough weekend. Joined here today, we have Signal, we have Easy. Signal, Easy. How you guys feeling today? Sig, how you feeling after this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend was brutal. It was, I wasn't expecting that. Because the weekends have been pretty calm the last few weeks. Not much has been going on. So I happened to be touching grass on Friday and then woke up to like so many messages. I was like, what is going on? And then saw what happened and the panic that was happening as well, because no one could figure out what was going on. I'm pretty much unscathed because I don't trade perps. I had a tiny position on. It got liquidated, but really, like, it wasn't even a graze, so nothing to worry about on my side. But I hope everyone's okay out there. It was definitely a surprise, even for the experienced traders. Some of them got like almost liquidated, almost like, taken out. So yeah, I hope everyone's okay. How did you do, Easy? How was because I know you trade perps.
That was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. I lucked out. Like, truthfully, I just got wicked lucky. Because I've been posting my leverage trades to like BoDoggos whales for a while now, and I said on the Wednesday before that happened, I was like, hey, we hit everything this week, like cutting my positions here. I said, this is exactly what I said. Done trading perps for the week. This was on Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. Hit the Aster long, hit the ETH long, hit a Sol short, hit a Hyperliquid short, missed a pump trade. Only one stop loss hit, 4-1 on the trade. It's not a bad week. So I just went like completely flat after that because it's just how I trade. Like, if we hit our setups, I'll normally just stop trading. But where I really got lucky was I took out like a pretty substantial amount of capital like 48 hours before the crash because I just had to buy something in real life. Like, I had a pretty large like real life purchase. And I had, truthfully, like, it sounds bad, but I had been exposed to the market with it for a while. And I was like, if this goes down, I'm just going to be really pissed at myself versus taking it out here and just being comfortable and not having any more stress. Like, I was like, is it really worth it to be risking X amount of capital for like a 15% upside when like you could also be risking a 50% downside? And if I was exposed to the market when that collapse happened, I would have been fucking pissed. So it was like the sign of maturity for me was like, not being exposed and realizing more profits here for like a real life decision, which was good.
So it was like definitely a bit of luck on your side, because I know you often tell the story of what happened to you in 2016. Yeah, because you often talk about the story of like what happened to you in 2016 and what you learned from the market. If you had been exposed, what would have been the best ways to have like protected yourself from this kind of situation?
Truthfully, if I got liquidated, like, you're liquidated. There's no protection on it. Like, if you have stop losses, you should always have a stop loss to at least capture and protect yourself somewhat. But I heard a bunch of this stuff wasn't working. Stop losses were not working at all. And a lot of these platforms and places were just like blowing out trades, which was the issue. Where, like, I would say is like, truthfully, if you're in that position and you don't get liquidated, don't do anything. Like, get up and walk away from the desk, because you're going to be emotional. You're going to be angry with yourself. You're going to try to cut at a bad time. Like, dude, honestly, shout out Thread Guy for just like taking the punches on the chin. He exited the pump fund trade. He was in spot and sold it at the bottom. Like, that was what he said. He was like, yeah, this happened. What do you want me to do? Like, this thing dropped a ton of money. I owe taxes, XYZ. Like, this is what happens. He said, I sold and will probably be close to bottom wicking yesterday in a moment of panic. I was irresponsibly managing the position, was super risk on with a significant amount of money I have to pay in taxes in about 3 days. So truthfully, it's like, don't try to win it back. Don't revenge trade. Step away. look at it from a larger picture. And in those moments of like insane volatility, yeah, you could probably lose like another 5 to 10%. But will it hurt losing another 5 to 10% if you paper hand into this dump that could bounce 30% back to the upside and now you're only down 60%? So like in moments of like insane situations like that, just step away. Don't do anything. A lot of people were asking me like, hey, yo, are you trading this? Like, what's your move here? And I did nothing. Like I, once again, posted to the whales and was like, here's the deal. This is crazy. It's bouncing hard here. That was at 534, 531. And then like 2 hours later, I was like, here's the setup. So I kind of let like the dust settle, wanted to see what I was seeing on the charts, noticed the order books came back from the liquidity that had been pulled from like a lot of these market makers, and was like, okay, well, here's my set. If you're going to trade this, this is what I'm looking at. Because I knew a lot of people wanted to trade it. So I was like, here's what I'm targeting. Here's my setups. I'm going way lower size because they're going to run stops on this. Wider ranges for it, so you can let winners run, you can let losers, like sellers, sell, and just much smaller size, like lower leverage, lower size, catch a tiny bit of these moves just to scratch the itch. So like that's what I think, because people see the volatility, they want to trade, and they feel like they just missed this crazy opportunity. You got two options. If you feel like you have to trade, size down massively, the better move is to just walk away. Turn the computer off. Don't look at your phone. Go do something. Occupy your brain, because you're gonna do something dumb and either lose money or get lucky and think you can do it every time and ultimately piss it away even more.
Yeah, a couple things. Easy does a great job of giving these price targets, and not only price targets, but like stop loss and take profit in the BoDoggos whales. And these are the things that prevent you from liquidation cascades. I mean, you can definitely have some issues getting fills on stop losses during these like very volatile moments, but making sure that you have them in place, especially like for events like Friday. Like if I had a stop loss on my Aster, like it was just irresponsible to not have a stop loss on the Aster. I got liquidated probably like just over 9K on Aster specifically, because I was like, okay, it's not going down to 90 cents, but with these markets, one wick can take you down. So having like a responsible stop loss on these for your thesis on the trade is super, super important. And Easy does a great job of breaking that down. I'm showing it on the screen, the Discord messages he's sending. You can access all of this in the BoDoggos Whales chat. If you own 10 BoDoggos, you get access to the BoDoggos Whales chat. Easy gives his setups on perps. He gives you responsible stop losses, take profits, and he's done very well, and the whales have done very well in there. And I for the most part, like I didn't see anybody who was really like down bad or like in trouble in the whales chat for BoDoggos. So
truthfully, a few of them lost like a little bit, but it was like part of it is like I said I was out. I was like, hey guys, like I don't know where we're going from here. I'd rather be flat, and I don't think that's ever a bad situation. If you're in spot, what's funny is if you're spot and not leverage, your portfolio took like a 5% hit, right? Like you didn't take this gnarly sell off, and you don't have that stress and risk. Yeah, for a brief window, alts went down 80%. If you weren't looking at your screen during that window, you didn't notice it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you saw a 5% candle and you're like, damn, what's happening? You know? So I don't know. And situations like that where I just go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, Easy, like, we've always joked about on the show that like Easy can trade any market. Like, if he was a car salesman, he'd be able to do it. Like options, leverage, prediction markets, NFTs. Like, I think as a trader, you are an outlier. And I don't know about anybody else, but I've been feeling like over the course of the last 12 to 15 months, the way the market has moved, and, you kind of learn to adapt, to learn from, we've gone from NFTs to learning about meme coins, to learning about perp trading, to learning about prediction markets. Like, you're constantly having to cut your feet and chop your feet. But I've been definitely feeling like out of my depth on leverage trading and doing perps. So I've only been testing small amounts and just questioning, I am not a perps trader, so why would I why am I putting so much time into this? And I was like stepping back and just thinking, it's because the market has been incentivized to go and basically farm these these perp trading platforms, which we normally would not have done if the incentives were not there for us to do it. And right now, it feels like everyone is being pushed in a direction because the incentive is to farm that particular platform, despite what your skill set is. And I've just been thinking, you know what? I'm just going to put my hand up here and say, I'm out of perp trading and I'm going to go and study whatever it is over there where I feel very, very comfortable and I understand how I can get blown out. Because the reality of perp trading is, for most people, they are generalists. They are not like experts, and they have the unknowns about how a trade can go against them. I'd never heard of ADL before Friday. I had never heard of cross margin before Friday. And I think there's a lot of terminology out there that probably quite a few people didn't know. And so when
ADL
this
is
happened,
my favorite thing that surprised everybody. I think
well,
ADL
that's
is
the thing.
wicked
You know
funny.
about it, but how many people
Well,
don't
it's
know
also
about
it's
it?
like, how many people know about circuit breakers in the traditional market? Because that's what ADL is basically like. It's like a circuit breaker. If you were here for COVID, which a lot of people were, and we had a double circuit breaker day on the S&P 500, which was literally unheard of. So if the market drops 7%, they turn off the stock market for 15 minutes. They just straight up turn it off. Like, you cannot buy or sell during that window, because the intent is to allow the order book to fill up again, because they're trying to protect downside risk, so that what happened with the liquidation cascade of crypto doesn't happen in traditional equities. So the auto deleveraging is basically that. Like, it can get much worse. And if the house is starting to lose on either side, where it's like, holy shit, these like sell walls are outweighing the order book because people are now pulling volume while also not matching this, you start to get discrepancies from the order book, because most of these dexes are peer-to-peer. They're very much so, like, for every short, there's a long, and for every long, there's a short. So as market makers are pulling because of this liquidation effect and the order book is getting thin, the book basically has to deleverage, or else they'll go underwater. And you actually saw part of it with Backpack. They're like, yeah, about $43,000 of user funds were affected. They're getting a ton of FUD for it, a ton of flack. There's arguments to be made that this is the same playbook FTX made with Alameda. There's a whole bunch of shit that comes into this. And it does make you open your eyes to, like, okay, I need to learn more about the tech that I'm trading, and it's not just number go up or number go down. Because, like, I was texting Frisk about it because he couldn't find anywhere to buy a ticker, and I was like, yo, just use isolated margin, 1x leverage, and you're basically buying spot. You'll have a little bit higher fees, but like, that's an easy way to buy spot if you can't find a token on an exchange you want. And he was asking about like cross versus isolated. And those that were unaware what cross was, if you got liquidated with cross margin, you felt it much worse than liquidated with isolated, because isolated is only the money you put up can be with like taken away. Cross is, you can get absolutely rinsed. Like, absolutely rinsed. It can take your whole portfolio.
Yep. I was in cross with my Aster position, essentially, because
Did
I only
you
have
know,
that.
Ray? Did you know you were in cross? Because I know on, like, I think it's on Aster. You have, like, you can choose. I don't know what the default is. If cross is default.
Cross is default.
So cross is default. So I would have had to have known that I'm in cross, gone in there, and then changed the settings. So Ray, when you in Aster, did you know you were in cross?
Yeah, I was in cross, but I only had one position open, and I only planned on having one position open. So, like, essentially setting my thought process for safety was like, we're not going below 90 cent Aster. I'll close this out. If it is continuing to trade against me, I think we're going to eventually pump. So, like, I was treating it almost like an isolated position with my whole portfolio. So that was the mistake there by me.
Okay, right. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like right now, just choose the lane that you think you can absolutely dominate, because there's so many opportunities out there. You could have just easily bought spot on Solana and you would have been up. You did not have to like leverage trade even more. You're only leverage. By the way, everyone is only leverage trading because the incentives have been put in place to leverage trade. Otherwise, no one would be leverage trading. We would be doing whatever the market is telling us to do, which could be prediction markets, for example. And so, like, this is just the point I want to reiterate. Just like choose the lane that you feel most comfortable in, absolutely dominating, and this is the market to be making money in it. And you don't need to lose your shirt to be able to do it as well.
Yep, for sure. I mean, everyone should be learning lessons from all this. I mean, the biggest takeaway is understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And also, like, risk properly. Like, my story, like, during the liquidation cascade, I was at home. My wife, me and my daughter were making an apple pie. So we're doing all the prep, and I like look at my phone and like in between slicing an apple or something, I see Trump's tariff announcement. I was like, oh, this isn't good for the markets. And like, I'm sitting there on my phone, and she's like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, oh, the market's just dumped like a couple percent here. And she's like, okay, well, do you need to do something? I was like, No. I'm fine. Like I'm like thinking about the Asher position in my head. I'm like, it's not going down to like 80 cents in this scenario. And then like I go back to making the pie, like 10 minutes later, check again and just see the crazy liquidation wicks across everything. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But yeah, like I said, like it wasn't like a major like part of my portfolio. I mean, it obviously hurts. Like it's a chunk, but it's not like the end of the world. Most of my spot positions are actually like up somehow since Friday. But yeah, that was my story for liquidation. I ended up looking at it later. I was like, hey, like our entire portfolio, like at one point wicked down like pretty big. Like telling my wife, she's like, why are you telling me this? This is stressing me out. I was like, I mean, I'm telling you, I tell you everything that happens, whether I'm up or I'm down. So that's how it's gonna have to work. We've been talking a while though, so I want to talk about partner for the show and then get to the weather report. So partner for today's show, YEET. You can sign up at YEET, BoDoggos.com/YEET. Right now, we have a massive competition going on. Massive competition. It's the Day of the Dead Big Moments tournament. So right now, you can see all these brackets. People are matched up. They've got different dollar amounts here in the brackets, like 90K for this winner. Was it Soho's on 180K? He's winning. And then we get down to our matchup. We are in an absolute battle with Tyler D in the Morning Minute. Clemente talked his trash on Thursday of last week, and he woke up, he poked the bear a little bit here. Morning Minute, 500K of volume against the BoDoggos, 350K. Absolutely the largest total volume for any matchup right now. We're still in this, though. We may be down 150K, but this is not just based off of total amount of money here. There's going to be some die rolls involved. So the more volume we have, even if we don't get up to him and cross him, gives us a better chance of beating Tyler D. So if you're part of the BoDoggos crew, you can sign up BoDoggos.com/YEET. You can do additional volume into this. We'll be giving away real cash over the next couple weeks for those who do volume. If we win this round, we get a prize. It goes all back to our BoDoggos users. So it's initially split 50-50, 50% to the users, 50% to BoDoggos. We're giving back that additional 50% right back to the people who have done volume. So you're going to get a little kickback for helping us in this heated battle.
Wait, so you get money back for participating in this?
Correct. If we win.
You won't.
We got to win.
If we win.
Right.
That's so kind of a weird setup, but yo,
nah, so Nick, you got to put up like 200 grand right now, real quick.
Yeah, Nick, we need you here. We need you here.
Not doing that. Shout out to the Morning Minute, a bunch of degenerate gambling addicts, but I mean, this is an insane volume.
There's two degenerate gambling addicts who have done almost the entirety of their volume.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
Can you see what their P&L is?
I can't, but I don't think I would jump into.
No, they keep that one quiet.
Well, our BoDoggos pack is very wide in supporting BoPupo at the top of the list. Always a huge supporter of what we do over here at BoDoggos. Big shout to BoPupo. Yeah, and we're also gonna have some other giveaways. Nick's gonna do a nice little giveaway.
Maybe BoPupo can share. What's your P&L?
I don't know if he doesn't always listen live. He's on a delay most of the time.
Okay.
Nick's gonna do a little giveaway. Pay attention to his Twitter later this week. There's going to be a giveaway for YEET, and we're also doing our YEET's Got Talent clipping competition. Send your best YEET videos. Tag me, tag BoDoggos, tag YEET. Show us your creative videos. We're going to be picking 3 winners at the end of the month to give away $4,000 to. So that's going to be a ton of fun as well. Head over to BoDoggos.com/YEET. We've got 24 hours to whip Tyler D. 24 hours.
How long of a read was that, Ray? Did you giving them a 20-minute spot? What are we getting to now?
I'm rallying this for the BoDoggos who have participated. I want us to win, and I'm trying to fire up the crew.
Yo, shout out.
I don't care how long it takes.
Shout out to ladies man Patty Poo, who said, "Hey Sig, how you doing, baby?"
I'm doing fine, baby. How you doing?
Nick, welcome to the show. Thank you for the criticism immediately upon entry. How are you?
No problem. No problem, right there.
How'd you make out Friday?
Well, I was down 300 grand. Now I'm back up. Or I'm not back up. And of course I freaking sold. Oh my God, I knew that was going to happen. I think I'm done trading perps.
Oh no.
I don't know. Like I'm way better at just buying and holding, and it's way easier. My portfolio generally does well. That said, getting an edge is difficult. I do have a growing portfolio of Zcash, which is I like the narrative there. I mean, I like the idea of it flipping Bitcoin. Think that's a really strong possibility. No,
A really
but
strong possibility or a strong narrative to push price?
both of those. In terms of one of the things that's interesting about Zcash, or like at a minimum, it should double from here, but because if you look at coin market cap, it's been under Monero, and Zcash is superior technology. And so why not give it a double target of Monero? You know what I'm saying? It's at 5.7 billion. Where are we at on Zcash? Keep scrolling down. 4 billion. So we're already looking at a minimum, another, what, 30, 40% gainer just to be on par with Monero. And in all seriousness, like, that seems like a way more likely outcome than Solana at 350 in the next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Or people just realize it's Zcash and say, what the hell am I doing? And then they just nuke it.
Well, hold on. Explain that to me, Mr. Hater. Accusing me of hating, and then you just fire back with some hater-powered
Some haterade
bullets.
I mean, yeah, it's the privacy meta that is currently like hot right now, where you're seeing Zcash, you're seeing Monero, you're seeing some of these other tokens, Veil, and others pump. Like, narrative dies, price goes down. Like this, let's look at the all-time chart for this. We're down massively. We've seen this thing drop from bigger valuations on peaks to lower valuations. So like, I don't know if Zcash is the
do the market cap chart rather than price. Let's see that. That looks a little bit better, huh, Ray?
All-time highs on market cap. That's a lot of room to go down.
Yo, say that to all the Bitcoiners. Say that to basically every token in the market.
Yeah,
say that to your mother.
I understand. I can feel your bag
got him
through, but I really hope it works out for you. I really do.
Just wraps it on that. Put a bow on it.
Give us the breakdown on Zcash. Complaining about my YEET spot being too long. How long do you want to talk about the Zcash, the premier privacy token of the internet?
It's not just a privacy token. Look, it's the same supply as Bitcoin. They're never issuing any more. Okay?
Yeah, Ray, you a bitch.
You're going through the same sort of halving cycle. The distinction is that the technology is superior to Bitcoin. And one of the
Ray, dumbass.
This sounds a lot like.
I'm not done. I didn't interrupt you, Ray.
Ray, shut the hell up.
This sounds very similar to the Bitcoin argument on Abstract.
Bigger than Bitcoin.
Is incomparable to Bitcoin. The Ponzi scheme that is Bitcoin. The distinction with Zcash is, when you think about the origin story for Bitcoin, it was really about decentralization and being, a counter to the institutions which have completely corrupted and resulted in the financial crisis of 2007 or whenever that was. And so the problem with that is it's no longer counter to the institutions. It's one with the institutions. The institutions are the same as Bitcoin. And look at all of the shameless Bitcoiners promoting the fact that, oh, look at the government of blah, blah, blah buying Bitcoin. When did you get aligned with the government, you loser? When was that?
Yeah, Ray, you a bitch.
Thing? The government fucked us over. They're the one devaluing our currency. They're the ones that have propped up the institutions and the corruption within our entire economy. Yet You want to be aligned with them? You lackey? So what I'm saying is you want to instead go
Called you a
counter
lackey.
to that.
Damn.
You want to go counter because when the revolution comes, you're going to want, and Big Brother is watching over you and imprisoning all of the rebels. I know where I'm going to stand, and it's with the rebels. And you know how I want to be protected? I want to be protected with provably secure financial transactions. That's what I'm saying. And
On-chain verifiable privacy protocol that allows for you to send transactions without being tracked by anybody. No more inflation, no more nothing. And the best part is Gainsey's shilling it. I fucking love Gainsey.
and provably secure messaging. That's what I was going to say are the two things that I'm looking for: financial independence and messaging independence, which is
Gainsey's
what
shilling it.
Hey, all these
And
financial
Merch.
institutions
Merch
are
shilling it too.
buying our crypto bags. Look at price go up. We want who is the next marginal buyer? Let's go all the way back down to square zero where we're just buying it from each other with Zcash.
Bro, what coins do you own?
Let me finish. We'll take the moral high ground with Zcash, and we're gonna buy this until price goes up, and then the governments are eventually gonna want to buy our bags with Zcash ETFs, and we'll exit and completely throw our morals and thoughts aside.
Nobody's suggesting that there's going to be Zcash ETFs. I don't see any rallying cry behind that, Ray. So that's a wild statement. We don't want the ETFs. We don't want the government because we can do this on our own. Say it. We can do this on our own. Say it. We can do this
We
on
can
our
do
own.
this on our own. We
on
can
our
do
own.
this on our own.
Zcash.
We can do this on our own. Raise a bitch.
Oh my gosh. All right. We've talked a lot about a lot of different things. I'm just going to completely get rid of Zcash. Now we're done.
We've accomplished nothing today, Ray. Literally
No.
nothing. We talked about leverage briefly. We've now had a 43-minute ad read for Zcash that was unpaid for.
It wasn't 43
minute.
minutes. No, you asked for what the theory or thesis was, and I demonstrated excellence, perfection, and maybe one of the best market positioning communication statements that has ever been delivered within the crypto market. I think many
I think that's spot on. Levi, clip that.
Oh man. All right, we talked a lot about what happened on Friday, like from our point of view and like how to address it. I just wanted to go a quick rundown.
One sec. What are you sipping? Did you just take a slug of cough medicine?
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking is a glass of cough medicine, Easy. That's where things have progressed in my life as of late. I actually, things have not been so good. Relationship lists yet again. How many times has that been the case on this podcast, Manny? Looking for the next destructive, relationship that I can bring into my life. And and so in the meantime, I've been just getting wildly depressed and drinking cough medicine.
Well, speaking of wildly
Robitussin.
It's kombucha.
Close enough.
What was that face signal?
Sorry, I just don't like that stuff. I think it tastes rank. It tastes rank. Sorry.
That face of disgust was
I'm sorry about your
crazy.
girlfriend. I'm sorry about. Can we get the TLDR on what happened? Was Clemente involved?
That was months ago.
Oh, okay. So wait, are we on a? Wait, where are we on the relationship stuff?
I'm single.
So you're single, ladies? Did you hear that? Oh man, Nick is single.
All the ladies in the audience of this podcast.
Ladies, put your hands up.
You're a Russian.
It's a 99.7% male audience. It's slim pickings for Big Nick over here.
You know how many women walk up to me when I'm walking the streets because they're like, "Are you Truth Rich Nick?"
No, I would love to know how many.
Zero.
Yes.
Zero. It's all guys. It's literally all guys. And they're like, "Here's my beautiful girlfriend and her mother. Meet my family and my babies." Things are going pretty well for me right now. I'm also in finance, by the way, Nick. Huge fan of yours. I make $5 million a year.
I still think the solution to your slight problem is just changing geography slightly. I just think you need to pick them from a different geography and you're good to go.
Oh yeah, I think Eastern Europe is gone. I'm switching over to the Persians. They don't care about money.
Nick, not real man, not by gift or Slovakia.
Okay, we're gonna have a gift conversation right now, Ray.
Oh no, we're good. Anyway, so I want to be breaking down what happened on Friday. We talked about this from an overall market perspective. I just want to give a rundown on what exactly happened. So Trump imposed tariffs, 100% tariffs starting November 1st. Over 1.6 million traders were liquidated for over $19 billion over that 24-hour period. This was the largest liquidation event in crypto history. The crypto market cap shed over $400 billion during the liquidation cascade. Multiple top 100 tokens dropped 40% during the crash. 19 Hyperliquid leaderboard traders were down at least $10 million during the 24 hours following the crash. WinterMutantCrypto.com had to release official statements because rumors swirled that they both blew up. There was a Bitcoin whale who front ran the market crash. He made $200 million of profit on the day. He shorted right before the news broke. We saw the lighter perp dex experience an outage during and after the crash. Zcash was up during the crash, up 10%. A little plug there for Nicky boy. The backpack founder Armani explained that users' deposits were being liquidated automatically after they were already liquidated. Part of their settlement process. Binance refunded $283 million.
Real quick on that one thing with backpack. You didn't mention that Armani's now gone into full conspiracy mode, claiming that this was a paid FUD campaign led by Kook Capital.
Yep. Saw that too. We will talk about that if you want to. Binance refunded $283 million to users affected by their liquidations due to the stable coin and liquid stable token depegs. What happened there was Athena and other stable coins depegged tremendously. USDE went from $1 to 60 cents. This caused margin on trading accounts to drop significantly, causing liquidations and further increasing the damage done. But they're refunding users thanks to that. Also, there were some rumors that there were a couple hedge funds that were trading leverage baskets of top 100 tokens that were completely liquidated. We'll have to wait to see what bodies rise to the surface there. That's everything that I had from the crash. Basically, a broad breakdown of what happened.
I saw some awful threads, which like literally just threw together a bunch of random facts and was like, and that's why this went down, basically. Like there was one thread where the guy, you saw those?
Yeah, no, there was one where someone's like, here's what happened. Like Athena depeg causing everything to happen on Binance, but like the timelines didn't add up and like it didn't make any sense.
It was like literally just a bunch of scattered facts thrown in there. And then as a reply to his original long thing, because that was quote tweeted by Mando or by like OSF, I think.
Yep.
As a reply to that one, he linked to another whole theory this time about how the what do you call it, the on-chain
oracles?
The oracles were the source this time. And so it like, but he didn't explain it, and then it looked like he had ChatGPT write it, because I reread the same phrase multiple times, like he had like copy and pasted a bunch of different things. It was not well written, and I don't know that it actually effectively articulated what went on. I feel like the synopsis of the whole situation is there's a lot of people using VPNs to connect to Hyperliquid. And there's a lot more. That's where the entire meme coin market went, and a lot of other people, and they all used leverage and they got liquidated. I'm also interested in when we say $19 billion, because there is, my understanding with leverage is that is the amount that is actually transacted. Am I wrong about that? Like if you want to use leverage, there's an actual transaction that takes place using your levered amount.
I believe it's the levered amount. I'm not positive. Also, this is likely heavily underreported. We had Jeff from Hyperliquid basically saying and pointing to Binance's pricing fee or liquidation feed. Binance only reports one liquidation per second. So if multiple liquidations occur in any 1 second window, they're only reporting one liquidation. So it could be like any kind of multiple of this. Like this is like almost like a floor of what actually happened. So it could be like 20.
And it's a levered amount.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a levered amount.
But when $19 billion get liquidated, I guess the thing I'm trying to figure out is it actually $19 billion, or is it the collateral amount that actually gets like instead it gets settled on the difference. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like you if you go 20x whatever your position is, what ends up happening is the max exposure that you have is your total amount that you put up for margin, not the total. Like if you did 100x 100,000, what's that, $10 million? Then the most you can lose is $100,000. And so it's not actually
Not a backpack.
Okay, yeah, but basically, so when what you say is $10 million got liquidated there, but really it ended up being $100,000.
Yeah, but the 19 billion is referring to the 10 million in your example.
Yes. So the real question is like how much actually got sucked out of the system? Probably billions.
Well, it's not always sucked out of the system either.
That's true. Well, I did see that the mysterious wallet on Hyperliquid increased their short position yesterday, right?
Wrong.
That's what was...
Made a new short position. So they took profit from the first one in the tune of $200 million. Yesterday opened up another short, which they're now underwater on.
And opened up another
one. Heavily underwater. And then double added to it this morning. Yeah.
But the thing is,
so it wasn't a brand new one, but they added to it.
I don't really like these headline.
Dude, Ray is the biggest.
Nick, what the fuck were they just saying, dude?
People, dude?
That was fucking horseshit, Ray.
Yeah.
No, I say I don't like these headline trades because, like everybody, so this trader probably knows that everyone can see their position. So, and you don't know what the trader is doing on the other side. So they could just be using it as a way of signaling to the market that I'm going short. So then everybody thinks, oh, this whale is going short, something bad.
They could run a delta neutral position.
Yeah, no. exactly. So,
okay,
I'm just putting this stuff in context, as in it's not like headline news that they are short, because they could be doing something else on a sex, or they could be using Aster and just hiding their position.
I've been doing nothing on a sex, but we don't need to talk about that. The sale. My general thought is now that wallet is being monitored. They're going to take a look at like people. I was chatting with someone who said that basically they have a friend who's made a bunch of money in perps primarily by manipulating the order book. And so this person can now actively kind of manipulate the order book because people are looking at it. So they could take a position, place specific orders. People end up looking at it, following that, and then they take the counter position and withdraw their overall position. But yeah, I mean, regardless, shout out to the insider trader. You won.
This is the same Bitcoin whale back a month or two back that shorted a bunch of Bitcoin and caused a market drop as it approached all-time high for the first time. So
really
pretty active.
So this is like manipulator in chief.
Yeah. So take that with what you will.
Wow.
See what's going on there.
I don't know, man. I stand with them. They're never wrong. Short the market. Lower for longer.
Speaking of shorting the market, Tom Lee and Bitmine went the other direction. They bought the market. They have 2.5% of the ETH supply right now. One concern during like all these liquidations, market potentially topping is like what we see with these treasuries. And if we do have like a market top, like is there going to be like some sort of cascading effect there? Nick, I kind of want to start looking forward as opposed to looking back on Friday.
Dwell in the past, get nowhere fast is what I've always said, Ray.
What is your like gut feeling right now with the market? Are you waiting and seeing? Like, do you think there's a chance we've topped? Do you think that we're going higher for longer? Like, what is your general just like framework right now you're working within the market? Sorry,
I don't know. I've been thinking about this recently. What I've been feeling is that I have too much in the market is what I've is the feeling that I had. That's because I've been getting expensive shirts, and I have to pay the bills. In terms of, and I got a car, so I got to pay for that. But yeah, it's interesting. I've been looking at the market. I still have my target prices. There was a chart that I saw yesterday, which was referring to the crash of what do you call it? 1929, the Great Depression, and they were trying. They do this every cycle. There's a comparison to the 90s bubble. They're calling it the AI bubble, which I feel like this is not the same as like the internet bubble. It seems ridiculous, but there were a bunch of statements about that. And then you also have the chart, what it showed out or illustrated was a bubble that would continue to like 2028, 2029, which I was like, damn, all right. Let the bubble continue. I mean, that would be incredible if we saw it run up like that and then just absolute implosion. It actually doesn't feel that surprising because it does feel like we're on kind of a runaway train with the way that the government's been managing money. But I don't know. It's difficult for me to predict the overall macro level of things. I have the targets that I had set, like Bitcoin at 250. But yeah, it's not clear. One thing I will add, the technicals on Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong chart, which messed that up. The technicals on Bitcoin don't look actually that horrible. And this pullback and implosion the other day was not great. However, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look that devastating if you look on the daily.
It's still higher lows, right?
Mostly there's the wick here. Let me show you this one that I'm looking at. You're on Bitstamp. I'm on Coinbase. So what I was looking at is this. 1 second. Oh my God, what the hell? Why is this not working? There we go. So somewhere around here, this level. So what I've been seeing is like this. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Bitcoin.
That pullback didn't even make new lows. That's the thing. It did not even make new lows. We just got a fresh high. Basically some alts, yes, did make new lows because they went to fucking zero. So like, yeah. But technically AVAX didn't make a new low. That's not a new low. Not a new low, Nick.
Yeah, you're comparing it to back here?
Yeah, not a new low.
Well, nothing's a new low if you go back to zero.
Go look at the Atom chart and tell me that did not go. It went to 0.01.
This looks like
one
so
that that's was an
opportunity to buy.
So that's a new low. That's a new low. Like that actually went pretty low. Yeah, that is technically a new low from its previous low. That's not a good chart. That's not a good chart. Look at the two previous ones. You wanted to keep that uptrend.
This one and this
one? Broke it. Yeah, you broke it. And then you could argue if it holds here, it's good. A dip under 30 is bad. Real bad.
Yeah. But it didn't dip under 30. We're back to 40.
Safe. Can we talk about this for a second? People are like, oh, everyone got liquidated. Hyperliquid's dead. They don't have any more traders. Like, didn't they make a ton of money? And aren't gamblers just going to continue to come to the casino? Like,
yes.
Like, gamblers are still going to come to the casino.
Did you see the number of people that tweeted, yeah, I was down bad on Friday, but I made it all back. I made it all back. It's such a gambler form of communication going on there.
I opened up 14 0% APY credit cards, deposited all that shit fresh into a new perps account, longed it all, made it all back.
But the thing is, if the incentives stay in place, that essentially you just need to put a small amount of capital to be able to get XY return in the future, that unknown return, people will continue to trade perps. And unless the incentives move somewhere else where people are like this whole like obscurity around farming certain projects, people don't like that at the moment. They want like certainty around, if I put this amount of money, this amount of time, it's going to pay off. And Hyperliquid has the track record of being one of the best airdrops in the last couple of years. So people are going to come back even after the, like, as soon as the dust settled, people were like, I'm buying whatever fart coin, I'm buying whatever alt it was, whatever meme coin it was, with leverage again. It's going to continue. It's not going anywhere. It's the meme coin capital in perp trading, just ready to go wherever the market incentives are.
Degen is going to degen.
Degen's going to degen.
I think
Degen's going degen. What?
people care more about.
You're like, I'm still workshopping it. I'm still workshopping.
Well, I'm still working on it. So it's been a few weeks. It's been a couple months. If Clemente was here, he'd give me the green light. But we're still working on it. We're still working on it. I'm just prepping for the farm, man. Just prepping for the farm.
More proof that degens want to degen and make money. I write the newsletter for the Daily Bone, and the most clicked link today was the Flying Tulip public sale guide. Not any of the Black Friday breakdowns, not the huge dumps and the massive losses. It was the opportunity to potentially buy into a new perp DEX. So this was announced this morning. Basically gave their guide to their public sale. We've talked about this on the show a few times now. We had Manny to do a deep dive on a few weeks back. But if you were part of this, you were watching and you went to their website and tried to sign up for their round, you're going to be on that supporter allow list, essentially. Or sorry, the intent allow list. People who went to the website signed up on the Flying Tulip webpage. You provided an address and you took a accredited investor quiz. Note, there is no KYC for this. Only KYC for the first round of pre-sale here. But this is going live soon. We don't have a date, but we have the breakdown on the different rounds and the different allow lists. We've talked about this before. This is interesting because there is a unique feature called a perpetual put for this investment. Essentially, you can redeem your tokens 1-to-1 for what asset you put in at any time after TGE. So looking at it, it's basically a no risk in their terms investment. They aren't taking the money and spending it on development. They are earning yield off of your investment, and that's what they're running operations on. So just wanted to highlight this because I know we talked about this a few times on the show. And if you did take steps to try to become eligible for this, you probably are going to have this eligibility. So follow the Flying Tulip Twitter if you're interested. This one is one that I'm excited for and I'm going to be getting in. So I just wanted to share that bit of news that broke out this morning. There's a lot more to talk about today. I don't know how much you guys...
We only got 4 minutes.
All right, what do you want to talk about? We
considered diving into the Monad airdrop situation. That does not appear that they're going to be doing an airdrop, or the fact that Polymarket successfully predicted that Donald Trump would walk back the tariffs. Or have we considered what Donald Trump will be saying in his upcoming speech during the Gaza summit in Egypt in about 1 hour?
Also, have we talked about
all three of these have a correlation?
Tom, you bet on him. Tom Brady also said, "Where's the Polymarket?" What's the Polymarket say during an NFL broadcast yesterday?
Yep. The Polymarket's the future, man. Polymarket's the future. Just saying.
All right, so we gave you the no on October 31st Monad airdrop on Friday's show.
60%. We've shorted that dump. We shorted that pump. We're like, the insiders be giving us the truth. The insiders be giving us the truth.
And we said the play was, hey, look, there's two ways you can win this. A, it takes a couple weeks for them to get their airdrop out after their claim site goes live, because it's not the airdrop claim site that goes live tomorrow. It's not the claim, it's the site goes live tomorrow. And then also the wording on it, airdrop, like, is it a claim? Does an airdrop count? Previous settlements said no, the claim isn't an airdrop. So
how much is my Monad card worth?
$62,000.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
No, God, no.
Come on, Easy. You got to play around with them for a little bit there.
No, dude, because, right, the issue is then I have to deal with getting on a call with him later this week, and he's pissed off he didn't actually get $60K. So I'd rather break the news to him now than have him complain later in the week about how it wasn't actually $60K and how he already bought wicked expensive furniture for his balcony because he earmarked that $60K.
I did. The fucking the furniture cost
See
over
what I mean?
Cost over $4,000.
Is it nice furniture, though?
I guess. I mean, I don't know why it's still not delivered. What the delivery date
Still
is?
not
They haven't messaged me
delivered.
Yeah, but how long ago did you order
Yeah,
it?
when Monad goes live.
before Asia. It's been over a month.
Yeah, but no. Like most furniture is at least it can take up to 16
I'm
weeks
locked in.
sometimes. Eight,
Nope.
it's
I found a
8 to
place.
16 weeks.
8 to 16 weeks. This place gave me 7 to 10 days. 7 to 10 days. I'm locked in. I furnished a whole goddamn house. And let me tell you, this motherfucker got expensive taste. I was over here like, can't we just buy like IKEA? Like, absolutely not. Motherfucker, this couch is like $7,000. I was like, what the fuck? Seven grand? And then I got hit with the dogs can't go on it. I was like, relax with that. Dogs are going on this fucking couch. This motherfucker's gonna be hopping around like it's fucking bunny rabbits. Right?
On a $7,000 couch, what do you just buy them their own couch?
Nah,
Buy them
yo,
their own
Nick.
couch for $1,000.
Nah, you wanna know why it's cool? Because the furniture place that we found covers any rips, tears, stains for 3 years, included in the price. And they come to your house to fix it.
So are you gonna just like stab the couch? Like,
2 years, 7 months. I'm taking a full like axe. Like we're just, you're gonna horror movie style. Horror movie style. We're just gonna fuck this thing up.
Calling for your rip guarantee.
Yeah, yeah. So the couch is in pieces.
so like, what happened to that couch?
It's literally just in a
don't even know.
The dogs got to it, man.
I have no idea. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. I woke
That was
up,
crazy.
the left arm was just detached from the couch. I have no idea what took place there.
That was crazy.
I'm surprised I wasn't even awoken by that event. It was like I
So
slept
good.
through the whole thing.
Came out, the couch was in shambles.
Close this out easy.
That's going to do it for today's episode. We're back again bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern time for the Daily Bone Podcast. That's what's happening. We've already ended the stream on YouTube, Nick. So if you're